Hi YouTube, this is Anna, and I'm checking back in after my 2 weeks post-op, which was yesterday. Actually, the day before yesterday, I'm sorry, 2 weeks, 2 days post-op. I made a first video about a week ago, a week and 2 days ago, about having my surgery on December 21st. My pre-op weight was 243. At 1 week, I was 225, and actually, let me see, I've lost 18 pounds since pre-op, so today I am at 220 point something, almost 221. So about 5 pounds since last week, more or less an ounce or two. So I'm pretty happy about that. A little bit update of my second week. My second week, I was doing a lot better. Felt pretty good about my incisions and everything. But the day before yesterday, when I was getting into the car to go to the doctor, I guess I got in a little too quick, and I felt like I pulled or was tearing up some staples or something on the inside of me. But I had to sit more or less all the way reclined on the way to the doctor. Once I got there, he checked me, and he said it was pretty much so. I probably just turned too quickly or so. I also had woken up yesterday feeling a little bit of a sharp pain in my chest, but I didn't know if it was like that gassy air still that was going through my shoulders. So, I didn't really think much about it. I did mention it to the doctor, and he said, well, just watch it. It's not like a sharp pain or going down my arm or anything like that. So I wasn't really worried about it, but, I said I better tell the doctor. And pretty much so it just went away. And I think I've had that feeling before, like a gassy feeling or something. And because at first, during the first couple of days post-op, I remember how I felt the shoulder pain and around the chest area, like that pressure from, I guess, anesthesia, gas, and everything. But everything else is going well. Yesterday I drove for the first time, felt good to get out and drive. I am walking more, so trying to do some walking every day, a little bit here and there. Food-wise, I am eating, the doctor gave me the okay to go to stage 3, and that was the day before yesterday, so that's a little softer foods. Still the full liquids, plus possibly like baked fish or broiled chicken, but also very finely chopped. So it's got to be very chopped. I find chicken goes down pretty well. The fish, I've tried tuna fish, and that seems to be okay. I'm trying to still get to learn the signals of the body. Like when, I think sometimes my problem is trying to drink too quickly. I mean, I'm not in a rush to drink, but I have to slow myself down when I'm drinking any liquids or water especially. I do feel, not as much so a week ago or so, but I do feel like it's coming down, like it's trying to push its way down if I take too big of a gulp. I also need to teach myself and educate myself on when I'm eating to slow down even more so. Because I find myself something being okay to swallow and goes down pretty well, but if I just happen to swallow it without chewing it so much like we're really supposed to right now, um, I also get that tightness, pain in the chest, and it goes away right away, and but pretty much, oh, I didn't chew enough, or I swallowed too quickly, or too big of a bite. Another thing, recognizing when you're full, that's another thing that I'm, every day I'm learning a little bit better, especially, of course, because you feel pretty yucky after you get to that full stage if you don't stop ahead of time. I don't think I'm overeating. I'm just like, all of a sudden I'm taking a bite and I'm still eating maybe half a cup, not even, of certain things. Anywhere from a quarter to half a cup of food, right? Could be soup or whatever. And I'm taking that spoonful and I'm thinking I'm okay, and then all of a sudden I start feeling like, a bit of nauseous at times. Not always, but a bit, and then I'm like, okay, I might pick up the spoon one more time, and that's because you're still trying to train yourself from your head, thinking, okay, you must not be full. But then your stomach's trying to tell you something's going on here. Either your pouch is full already, you need to stop. So, if you take one extra bite, one spoonful, all of a sudden you're like done, and you're like, oh my gosh, you feel like in the old days when we used to just totally eat so much that we're just so full, you're like, I am about to explode. Well, that's the feeling that sometimes you get, but of course not to the extent of exploding, but all of a sudden what I'm trying to say is just from one moment to the other, one spoonful can make a big difference. So you have to pay attention very carefully to see that sign of fullness. You don't want to go one pack. So I know I'm not like overeating or getting maybe one spoonful extra than I probably should. And that'll cause me to be sort of, just quiet for for a while after I eat for about 15, 20 minutes, and then that little feeling of fullness or indigestion or whatever you want to call it, or nauseated a little bit, will go away. Also, thank goodness to this day and since surgery I've not have to thrown up, not even once, not even after food or anything. I have tried a little bit of the low-fat dairy stuff. I've had a little trouble with it even before surgery. Ever since I had a gallbladder removal like over 10 years ago, I've noticed that I love milk and, dairy products, but sometimes my stomach wouldn't agree with it. I still, go ahead and take it. Um, Dairy products cause me sometimes a little bloating or cramping. What I do is take the Imodium, which my doctor would said is perfectly fine to take, um, and that just seems to help me. So I have tried a couple of things, and that sort of, I just felt like it went through me, when I took the dairy products. So then I just added in an Imodium in the morning or something if I know I'm going to eat that. And